Skylanders was a franchise that kickstarted its own genre that for a while had companies from various media formats throwing their hat into the ring and meant a lot to many people, including myself. But after 6 main games and a wide number of experimental mobile games, the series met its end. However, the series is still fondly remembered by many people today, with many hoping for a future return. Hello and welcome to the Absolute Gamecast. Today on Steady Decline, we dive into the history of the Skylanders franchise to discover what led to the series' decline in popularity. Quickly before I start, I want to go over the basics of the series for anyone who's new or needs a recap. Skylanders, developed by Toys for Bob and Activision, released its first entry, Spyro's Adventure, on October 12, 2011, and released its last, Skylanders Imaginators, October 13, 2016, averaging about 6 games in 6 years. The concept behind the game and the series it would spawn was simple. Players set plastic figures on a base and the figure would then become playable in the game, with the players naturally needing to buy every figure in order to unlock every character. This concept was revolutionary at the time, with Skylanders immediately making a name for itself and drawing in a large fanbase of players. The gameplay of the game is fun. Playing as your Skylander of choice, you fight your way through various dungeon-esque levels, fighting off hordes of enemies, collecting treasures, and completing a number of objectives. You can play the main campaign of each game by yourself, or with a group of players through couch co-op. However, there's also a set of various PvP battle modes where you can duke it out with your friends if you'd like. Each character features their own attacks and elements, which primarily are used for opening the secret elemental gates throughout levels. You can level up each character to make them stronger, with the level capping at 10 in the first game and 20 in the last game. Each character also has various upgrades you can purchase that either grant them new abilities or enhance pre-existing ones. During its lifespan, Skylanders was a powerful franchise that was everywhere, but that surprisingly and unfortunately wouldn't last. Over time, you would understandably think that having more characters would be great because it allows for more variety for players and more profit for the developers, and while that's true, it's also costly in money and space for players. To collect every character in the first game, you need to spend about $340, and the collection price would increase each game until dropping in Superchargers and Imaginators, with the highest total cost being Trap Team at $760. Totaling all the games together, collecting everything including variants, it would cost $3,430 to collect every character. Needless to say, that's a lot of money, and after a few games a lot of people were not as willing to spend that much money on figures that can't be used outside of the game. This was one of the factors that led to the second red flag of the series. With the massive popularity of Skylanders, the developers obviously wanted to capitalize upon the success, so they would release a new main game each year. And while obviously not their fault, other companies wanted a piece of the pie. So instead of just having one series to keep track of, there were now a ton of Toys to Life series all competing for the market, such as LEGO Dimensions, Disney Infinity, and more. With all of them being thrown around, the concept began to lose its magic it once had, causing people to start getting sick of it as a whole. With all these factors combined, the Toys to Life genre crumbled and brought Skylanders and many other series down with it, leaving Amiibo as the last relic of a bygone era. At the time of me making this video, it's been 7 years since the last Skylanders game, and while there doesn't seem to be any sign of the series returning anytime soon, the small remaining fan base, including myself, still holds on to the hope that it will return someday. Maybe not under the Toys to Life genre, but in some form or another. I have been thinking of a few ideas, but that will have to be its own video. As for this video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Not gonna force you, do what you want. Thanks for tuning in, and that's the video. Bye.